Hello students, I am Jasmeet from Ma Kalyanika Public School. I am going to teach you class 8 SST chapter number 1 resources, that is of geography. See, what is resources? Anything that can be used to satisfy our needs is resource. It can be of anything, like you observe around you. It can be water, electricity, rickshaw, textbook. Like water you drink for satisfying your thirst. Electricity you use, rickshaw you use to come to your home, and textbook you use to study. All these things satisfy your needs. It means it can also be considered as resource. Anything that satisfies your need is resource. Now, anything can be resource, but it should be of some value. Like value, how any product will get a value? A product can get its value by its use or utility. If it is of no use, then it cannot be of any value, and if it is of no value, then it cannot be a resource. Resource can only be considered if it is having some value. See, its use or utility gives its value. How a product will get its value? Its use or utility gives its value. And value means, what is value? Value means worth. Means something worth. Like sometimes we feel it is of our use. It is satisfying our needs. Only then it's worthful, and if it's worthful, it's valuable. If it's valuable, surely and definitely it's a resource. And value can be economical and social both. Like if it is a metal, and metal is surely gives some economic benefit. If means metal is an economical resource, because if you are having a metal and if you sell that metal, you will get some economic benefit. But if you will visit to a beautiful landscape and you see that and you are getting some mental pleasure, that is also a resource, because that is satisfying your mental system. What? And value can be economical and value can be social. Economical means if you are getting some monetary benefits, like if you are having a metal and you are going to sell that metal, surely you are getting some economical benefit, like you are getting some money in return of that. So it will be considered as economical resource, means anything that can give you monetary benefit, that is economical benefit, economical resource. And if it is giving only a mental pleasure, and then it can be considered as a social resource. Then social resource means you can take example of a beautiful place, beautiful landscape place. Like if you will visit any place that is so beautiful and you are getting that mental pleasure, it means you are not getting any monetary benefit and you are not giving any monetary benefit to anyone, but still you are getting some mental pleasure. That means it is satisfying your needs, but it's not in monetary terms. So it is social resource, and if you are getting some monetary benefit, then it is economical benefit. Sir, students, anything can become resource with the time and technology. Like hydroelectricity turned fast flowing water into an important resource. It is just because of technology that can turn the fast flowing water into an important resource. It means technology is an important factor for turning anything into a resource. Similarly, people can also be a resource because it is the people's ideas, knowledge, invention, discoveries that turn anything into a resource. Like discovery of wheel Before that, people have no idea of cooking any food and they eat raw foods. But after the discovery of fire, they practice cooking and started eating cooked food. It means you can say that people are also a resource, because people also changes a thing into a resource by their knowledge, by their ideas, by their inventions and by their discoveries. Students, now you should know that resource is of two types. First one is natural resource and second one is human-made resource. Firstly, we will discuss about the natural resource. What is natural resource? Actually, resource is anything that satisfy our needs. So it can be anything related to nature. Means anything that is related to nature is natural resource. Like air, water, soil, minerals, all these things we get from the nature. And all these things satisfy our needs. That is why it is known as natural resource. And now firstly we will complete the natural resources, because there are so many subparts in natural resources. Like it is based on the development. It is divided on based on development, based on the origin. Like based on development, it can be of two types: actual and potential. What is actual resource and what is potential resource? Now, actual resource is that in which quantity of the resource are known, and in potential resource, quantity of the resource is not known and it is not used in present and it is used in future. All these 3 points are for potential resource. But actual resource, in actual resource, quantity is known and it is being used in the present. So, based on the development, there are 2 types of resources: actual and potential. Actual resource, quantity is known and it is being used in the present, and in potential resource, quantity is not known and it is not used in present. It means it will be used in the future. And based on the origin, now resources are divided into 2 parts, that is biotic and abiotic. And what is biotic resource? Biotic resource is of living things. Means that resource which are living, means that resource which are satisfying our needs and that are living, that will be known as biotic resource. And abiotic means that resource that is non-living but satisfying our needs. So see, biotic resource is living resource, abiotic resource is non-living resource. In biotic resource, for example, plants and animals. Plants and animals satisfy our needs. That is why they are known as resource. But which type of resource? They are biotic resource because they are living. And abiotic resource, it will be soil, rock and minerals. All these things also satisfy our needs. That is why it is also known as resource. But what type of resource? It is of non-living resource. It means it is abiotic resource. Students, now natural resources can also be of renewable and non-renewable. Renewable means unlimited stock. Resources which is unlimited in stock, like solar, wind, water, all these things are unlimitedly present in our environment. Like and so it is known as renewable. And non-renewable means that is of limited stock, means that resources which need thousands of years to be renewed are non-renewable. And the examples of non-renewable resources are coal, petroleum, natural gas. Many times you heard like these resources are of limited stock and need so many years to get renewed. And non-renewable resources are unlimited in stock and it gets renewed just after its use. And on the basis of distribution, it is of 2 types: ubiquitous and localized. Ubiquitous resources are those which are found everywhere. Like air we breathe, it is present everywhere in our environment. So that will be known as ubiquitous resource. And the resource which is localized means which is present in any certain area, that resource will be known as localized resource. An example of localized resource is copper, iron, etc. It means copper and iron, you can get these resources from any certain area, not anywhere on the earth, but air you found everywhere on the earth. Now students, we will come on the topic human made resource. What is human made resource? When any resource, any natural resource is converted into a resource by the human beings, then that will be known as human made resource. Resource means anything that satisfies our needs, and if anything will be changed into a resource by the humans, then that will be known as human made resource. For example, iron ore is not a resource. It cannot be considered as resource because it is of no use. But by the efforts of humans, it is converted into iron, and iron, we can use iron for so many things, and that then it will become resource. Means when anything is converted into resource by the human beings, by the efforts of human beings, that resource will be known as human made resource. Like I explained you that iron ore is of no use. That is why it is not called as resource. But when it is converted into iron, and then it will become a resource because we can use iron for so many things. And when any natural resource, means iron ore is also a natural, means we get this thing from the nature. But when its natural form is changed by efforts of human, then it will become the human made resource. Nothing can be human made. All resources are come from nature first. After that, some things are used as it is, like air, water. Then that will be known as natural resource. But when in resource we add any human efforts, then that will be known as human made resource. Like building, bridges, roads, machinery, all these things are human made resource. Because all these things satisfy our needs, and in satisfying our needs, but human efforts are added in all these resources. That is why it is known as human made resource. And now we come on the next topic, that will be conserving resource. Now what is conserving resource? Conserving resource means using resource very carefully without wasting it, and giving it time to get renewed. Means if we use anything, then we will stop the use of that, and we will use it in very careful manner so that it can be renewed. Then that process, means that strategy, is known as conserving resource. When we use any resource carefully, and when we give time to get it renewed, then that process is known as conserving resource.